Hey guys, StarCraft here, and you know what this means when I take these off. No yelling, none of that. I've privatized my account recently, as some of you might have noticed. Please spread this video around so that those who aren't private, and don't follow me can at least get a good understanding of what's going on. Jeez, this whole infighting has gotten so out of hand. Been hearing talks of some people having, risking going to jail and all this other stuff. I've seen it on all sides. And fact of the matter is, all the sides are insane. Some of them won't admit their insanity. I will admit, those who are against confiscate are still the worst. And they're part of the reason why I privatized my account. I'll get to them in a minute. But first, let me specify the issue with everything. War campaign, all that stuff. Confiscate, I've recently realized, was a bunch of houses built on, glass houses built on sand. No ground structure at all. Easy to erode and wear away. You get what I'm saying? And basically, both from their own actions and from the actions of others, the ground underneath their glass house is falling out while they're still lobbing stones at other people. Now you have someone like Ren, who I look at has a mobile glass home. She's still on the sand. She still has throwing stones out of it, but she has enough structure that once she's done, she'll just move on out of there somewhere else and rebuild the house somewhere else. Unfortunately, but for everyone else, they're all in the glass houses, just throwing stuff. Then you have people like War Campaign, who I gotta say are basically frat boys having a college party, and they never want to stop. Unfortunately, it's been going on longer and longer. They're getting more and more wasted as they are now lashing out to the point where you're having some people taking extreme measures like getting law enforcement, metaphorically and literally. And again, a lot of the stuff is things that I've been trying to point out. I have. Unfortunately, it's gotten so bad that even if War Campaign is to try and point out to people, rally them up for help, almost no one wants to do it anymore because they don't trust War Campaign. A lot of them don't. Not enough of their actions. And that's the other issue. The biggest one of all. War Campaign, because of how badly eroded the sand is under their house, they have caught it so bad that even if, all it takes is someone to lie or manipulate those who look at War Campaign, see them as nothing as bad guys or horrible, despicable beings, human beings because of their memes, harassment, all this stuff, and keep on going at it, or having some people say this horrible stuff, and then everyone dog piles anyone who tries to fight back, things like that. That's unfortunately, it's causing people to believe the lies. That's all it takes. You just have to have a little bit of truth. People look at that, they hear the lies, and they're like, oh my God, you're right. They are these worst monsters. In other words, even if War Campaigns never dox anyone, given their past actions and how other people can observe it, all you have to do is hear a manipulative lie, a convincing lie from someone on the other side. War Campaigns made it so easy for people to believe it. Whether you guys want to admit it or not. I am stating facts from my own observations. I am not trying to, again, start any shit. I'm not. Whether you want to hear this or not, that's up to you. But that's what I've been seeing. And you guys don't want to admit it. You guys want to keep on being the guys partying all the time. That's on you. But again, you're making it so easy for others to take advantage of it, and so harder for you guys to defend yourself if things really do come down to things. Like again, any of the certain incidences I hear going on behind the scenes, because I do still listen to stuff, so the grapevine, yeah, it makes things a lot harder, doesn't it? I'm not saying that proudly. Now, as far as the other side goes, they've lost it. They've completely lost it. And I will put it this way. War campaign is worse when it comes to the dog piles. I think we can all agree to that. When it comes to the dog piles, they are the worst. Because, and you have the dog piles, you have the people saying, oh, we can't control everyone, but we'll sure as heck dog pile on them all. Again, back to that. You have those who then do repeated reasons, like saying, oh, they're all just jealous of Ethan. That's good that's believable to a point, but not to the degree you guys keep making it out to be. Among other examples like that, you guys make it so easy. Okay, sorry, I'm back on war campaign. Back to the other side. Actually, here's a bit of both. It's clear so many people on the opposite end are mentally unhinged. It's quite clear some of them have their own issues, and unfortunately, war campaign just kept on pushing it. And when it's clear that these people were mentally unstable, and yet they would still lash out, rather than just back away and let the situation diffuse, there would be, even if certain people who are now the main targets currently of them were keeping quiet, when you have others who keep pushing it, and then you have friends who keep on feeding them into it and everything, it's not going to matter. You guys keep it up and just feel like anyone who you feel has wronged you as a target, they're just going to keep getting worse. But it goes both ways. Because here's the thing where I say about both sides. Both sides don't care anymore. That's what I feel. They care about those who they have favoritism with. Anyone else, fair game. Even if it means making themselves look bad. And in the case of the anti-confiscator, they're even worse. Now, connecting with why I privatized my account. It's because of the fact that a friend of mine, pretty sure you all know who it is if you've looked at some of the tweets lately, but I'm not going to go specify it. They and I have been caught up with this one crazy person that the antis are basically patting in the back. Why? Because he's going after Lola. That's the main reason why. He has this hard hatred for her. And yet, I tried to help him. I really tried my hardest. But he just wouldn't listen because something's wrong with him. I will say that. He needs help. Even Lola will admit that part. But he doesn't want the help. He doesn't want it. And he will keep on making excuses in his head to justify everything. He would then make lies to keep his seat of power among his new friends. And I got roped into it along with my friend, and I'm tired of it. Especially when I see so many of the antis my friend and I are getting dragged through the mud, and yet they are saying, oh, but focus on Lola. They don't care. They don't care who gets hurt, and I am sick and tired of being collateral damage. Because the downside about the antis is, whereas war campaign is just dogpiling, they're about, oh, you got to denounce them. If you don't denounce it, you're not a good person. And doing what any means necessary more so. Again, war campaign does that to a degree, but not as bad as these guys. But again, all of this, and I wouldn't say all of it, a lot of this was caused a bit by Ren, but at the same time also by, like I said, war campaign's actions pushing some people to this edge, and eventually doing it enough time with multiple people, they're going to connect and start making it worse. I'm convinced there are certain individuals out there who have turned against war campaign, who I'm convinced are being manipulated. Some of these factors speak for itself, especially with some of them now believing other people where they shouldn't believe. And then there's other cases as well where people are being torn. Like I said before, I am just focusing on backing books that hold my interest. I don't care who is making it. If it's a good book that catches my interest, that's what I'm in it for. I'm not in for the personalities. They help, but they're not the reason. But again, this whole thing has gone just so insane that the fact that anyone can be a victim and caught up in all this. The fact of the matter is, with some of the people I've been talking to, it's becoming more and more like you have to pick a side. One side, the antis will basically, that's their main point. even war campaign to a degree is that bad. And lately especially. The fact of the matter is, there's a point, we're well past the point of no return here. And yeah. Look, this privatization is just until things calm down. I'm going to start unfollowing a bunch of people, but it's for the best. And then when I'm seeing some of these people who I had trusted, a lot of them, who I consider good acquaintances, I won't fully say friends, but definitely acquaintances, that I could talk with them and DM them and all that stuff, are now encouraging this psycho to keep on going after Lola and completely ignoring any factors that show that he has done harassment to others. The people who, you look at his responses, the DM conversations he posts up, and yet somehow see that he's the one that's been wronged. I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of either side making excuses for horrible actions just because it's going after people they consider their enemy. I am tired of that. Both sides are guilty of that. And it needs to stop. Doubt anyone's going to ever listen or care. But those of you that do, I appreciate it. I'm not expecting this to be the video that changes everything. Again, that's not going to happen. I just wanted to get this out of the way for those of you that do care. And yeah. That's all I've got to say. Just wish this would stop. That's all I'm saying. Take care. Actually, one more thing. Those of you out there who are either encouraging others to do horrible things, those of you who are making excuses for friends of yours for doing horrible things, and this goes to both sides, for those of you doing that, what the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you doing that? Do you really think utilizing people to ruin other people's lives, is it worth it over comic books? All this, it's over comic books. Did you guys decide to just keep on doing this and pushing it and ruining other people, innocent people's lives, just so you can have someone that could be your weapon to bring someone else down, even though they don't have anything really of substance to do, but you don't care? Seriously, you guys are this. I'm talking about one side in particular, but this still to a degree goes to both sides. You don't use people. You sure as hell do not ruin someone's life over something so insignificant just because you feel wronged. You don't. And I don't want to do any names. I don't. I am on borderline with one in particular who's encouraging the guy who was going after my friend and I. You know who you are, bitch. No, I don't mean Ren. Or even Chrissy. Those that were actually part or close to Comet's Gate who are doing it. Who are pushing this guy who is shown to be a harasser of women. They don't care because he's going after one of their targets. And they keep doing it. They keep on pushing it. Thou shalt see this, but you know who you are. And you are just egging this guy on. Because all you care about is seeing Lola go down. Why? Because she went after Chrissy. That's the one I'll say. Because she went after Chrissy. I guess your best buddies was Chrissy, I guess. It's not worth it. Not for Lola and her family. So what kind of person gets a sick joy wanting to ruin a person's family life? What kind of sick person does that? Because you feel, you need revenge? The most worthless of causes, they say. Seriously. It's horrible. But the fact that you don't care about anyone who's caught in the crossfire for collateral damage, you will just, you're right, two wrongs will make a right. But look at focus on back on Lola. Really. Even if that's the focus at hand, you will just keep on acting like you were wronged and that anyone else getting hurt is justified. That's why I call you a bitch. Again, you know who you are. keep at it, you guys. Just keep on adding it. Ruin everyone's lives over comics and politics. Just keep at it. Eventually, it's going to come down to everyone, even yourselves. And probably the only one who will get away with it is probably going to be Ren. And maybe Chrissy. But anyone else? No. If you can think you can live with yourself, with what you're doing, you disgust me. That's all I got to say.